trading. I wanted to video on Fibonacci and lonely bars. To a lonely bar, it's actually simple. It's a bar that is out of place. You'll notice that the bar is out of place. Let's look at an example here. Let's look at this bar here. What would be, we would look at this out of place. And this normally happens 99.9% of the time. It happens pre-market activity. Pre-market activity. If I look at the way these bars are moving through here, see the closing where they closing where they, it's like they are going somewhere for something, they together. Now, these bars close, and I look at where this bar went all the way up to here, came all the way down and closed there. It sounds like I could take this bar, cut it off over here, and this in here. To equal these, I could get rid of this much of this bar. And what? This makes sense. Makes sense. This does not make sense. I even go as far as say that not makes sense. See, you see what I'm talking about? See? This sense. It doesn't belong here. This looks like it doesn't belong here. So, a retracement. Bar is there. Look into the 23. Glove came back down. Went up to here, but it's like this bar is not here. Yeah, but when looking at this makes sense. Now video and look for some other examples. Now here, see, all this makes sense. All this through here makes sense. All this there doesn't make sense. Where, but came all the way back down, closed down. So it's like it's all together here and closing all together here. That sense doesn't make sense. Example. All this makes sense, right? But there doesn't make sense. A little bit too far off. So I ignore this and this and just work with this. And again, primary is pre-market. Example here. It seems like these bars got bigger, but they seem to be working in harmony one with another. This got bigger. They seem to be working in harmony. So there's no lonely bars here. Yeah. Now we're in a class on this day here with this area here, but these two bars are lonely bars. Those one close here, and this one runs right up and closes next to this one. These bars actually don't belong here. Now, if we just from here, 38, it's even more legit. We'll reduce a 23 bull flag and took. We've used this information here, with this information here, still been pulled back from a deep. They could go for deep. But here, consider lonely. See what I'm saying? If you were to eliminate them, it looks right. It makes sense. Right there, there's no lonely bars. You dropped. It came through here. See? No bars. I've been pausing the videos. I've been scrolling back. This is 11, and I've been going backwards. So it's pretty clear. I don't have to pause the video. It's only a bar right here. It worked here, so it becomes a lonely bar. Lonely bars through here. The thing is legit through here. See? And do is you got to use your imagination. You get it, and then you plot the Fibonacci's, and does it make sense? This is legit here. Looking at it now. But now, once you again, then you would know to accept it. So from here to here. It's supposed to pull back. One's off to 61. And it did pull back here. So it makes sense. But also begun down here. So it's below the 61. That picture here, I would decide more through here. And work with this area through here. Closed down, ran all the way back up here, and then there was activity. I look at this as lonely bars. Bars, I would look at this bar, this closing, this bar, this closing. So I wouldn't use this for measurement here. This sense. There's this one here. 6 cents. I would leave these out pre-market. So I'll be looking for this to measure my my retrace. Use it. Yes, you can. But if things don't make sense, you need to come right back here. That is this bar close near this here, close near. This doesn't really belong here. So if you look for the bars and you look for the activity, it's a 50. It hit a 50. It is below. And once in a while it doesn't close below. From this point, you get close below. Out this kind of thing. You are using your Fibonacci to see if the pattern makes sense, and you plot the Fibonacci's where it makes sense. Because with the 23s, the 38s, the 50s, you learn the 3s, the 38s, the 50s, the deeps, and if it doesn't make sense. And even looking at this picture here, we had the second shoulder. Even if we used correctly the Fibonacci's, and let's see, man, I didn't get over. I did not get over the 50. But the things that are giving you clues. those don't tell you not 100%. It's always the correlation thing. You have the correlation of everything to get a complete message. You had a head, the shoulder. You had enough separation here that actually literally should take this kind of separation through all this. Snap this at least to this band. At least to the end. There you go. Another, now like I said, you could use this one here. And in this particular case, at this particular moment, would be more clear to you to assist you to make a decision. But then keep looking at the activity of the bars, and you can see that that's where they belong. So the pattern is actually this here. Yeah. The only bar right here. Through it's like a lonely bar. It pushed back, and it's not a close, and the next bar just ran. This close, the bar came all the way down here and then worked its way up. This is a tip here. It's very small. You're talking the distance between here and here, 2 ticks. So I wouldn't fuss about it. I would have 2 ticks. 2 ticks is not what's going to make the difference for Fibonacci because you are within the area. Example as to where it runs up, runs down, works this here. Lots of closings here. A legitimate piece of this bar, yeah. Can this be a legitimate piece? Yes. Now these are starting to get long. So as I'm looking at pre-market, what I would do like this. I would use this here. And I could even use not the way it worked. Push back. 61 hits the deep, 1 deep, the other deep. In this area of this deep. But look if you see what I'm talking about. Close, ran back up, close here. So just use this here as if all of this was open, but no points to trade more. One through here. It's like it belongs here. And then if I go back from here, I got a double bottom. I go back from here. Deeps. But I'm through here. I got a double bottom, which is a deep here. See, very close to the double bottom. This area here. But this past week or so, it hasn't been far off as far as the low bars. And I'll pause the video and find some really difference. Here, there's really lonely bars. There's your pullback bar. There's a gap. There's lonely bars here to measure your Fibonacci's. Here's another one. See here, these are lonely bars. Push up, at least these bars, they worked. Each bar worked and stayed in harmony. This is lonely bars right here. And scrolling back so much that I really don't see only a simplicity. Here, or all the way down to here, this one, all the way up there, all the way down to here, all the way up there, with collage of bars here. Except this is the head, start way up here. So the market opened down here. This is open. So for the market open, with it and be a flag, you'd be looking for a short. Up this short here, above the 61, which means whatever the drop, there'll be another pullback, which did. And so last time frames look like that would encourage you to really go short. I don't want to get into this. So let's see now what this area was. The bar here, the retracement. From there's a retracement. From here would be 50. Yeah, 50. 50. Now this makes more sense. Okay. First part, for the most part, I'm looking for the majority. It's like I said in previous classes, like driving. There is a principle behind, but the experience is not always the same. It's always the same. And so you use your Fibonacci's to help you areas. Help you. Working from the pullback bars is a good thing. For that thing about using the pullback bars. In the pullback bars, I could see more information, more that would, yeah, that makes sense. That is, I can see why it bounced from here or bounced from there. Yet, that the issue for some people is the pre-market within placing, because you got some bars that just, well, it's big bars. Threw you off. Because consider a lonely bar. It's tough, and it closed closer up. If this closed down here, the other one closed down here, then it's like it's doing this. But it's like this bar came all the way down to here, ran all the way back up. It doesn't belong here. Again, we're looking at pre-market activity. I believe that using Fibonacci's, using an open mind, assessing your historicals and see what makes sense, I think you're going to come to the realization what lonely bar is all about. And if you don't thought about it, and remember this, excuse me, you don't have to understand every twist and every turn to have this thing pegged 100%. You don't have to have this thing exactly 100% each time. I will say to you that this thing calculates each time 100%, but it doesn't mean you have to clearly understand it 100%. If you don't rap about it, if you don't fuss about it, if you just enjoy it, and just get that desire going that you want to understand more and more, it naturally presents itself to you. But see, the deep, it doesn't matter where you plot it from. It's not deep, because the deep is the distance between here and here. See? the market ran from point into this point or this point, close to the top. That's a deep. This help you, and if you do your homework, it will the information will come alive to you. And this is what this is all about. The things we teach you, the things we share with you, is like new, is for you to develop the vision to see, yeah, I understand. Shalom. One more thing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for deciding it.